Have you ever wondered how climate change affects not just our daily weather, but the very survival of countless wildlife species? It's a pressing question, as the world we share with these creatures is rapidly changing. Polar bears in the Arctic are losing their icy homes, while coral reefs, the rainforests of the sea, are bleaching at an alarming rate. Climate change is a formidable foe to wildlife, threatening their habitats and existence. The fate of these animals is not just their problem, it's ours too. Climate change is not a distant phenomenon, it's happening right now, and its effects are devastating. As we delve into the heart of this issue, it's important to comprehend the severity of the situation through a few hard-hitting facts and figures. Climate change is causing a chain reaction that's altering the very fabric of life for countless wildlife species. Rising temperatures, for instance, are triggering shifts in the timing of natural events, like hibernation, migration, and reproduction, which are leaving many animals out of sync with their environment and food sources. Changing precipitation patterns are another major concern. Droughts and floods are becoming more frequent and intense, affecting the availability of fresh water for animals and plants. These extreme weather events are not only threatening the survival of individual species, but also the biodiversity of entire ecosystems. While some species may adapt to these changes, others, particularly those with specialized habitat requirements or slow reproduction rates, are at risk of extinction. For instance, polar bears, whose survival depends on sea ice to hunt seals, are struggling to find food as the Arctic ice melts. Similarly, coral reefs, the rainforests of the ocean, are bleaching and dying due to warmer ocean temperatures. But it's not just about the polar bears or the corals. Climate change is impacting wildlife across the globe, from the smallest insects to the largest mammals. In fact, scientists estimate that if the current trends continue, 1 in 6 species could face extinction by the end of the century. These are not just numbers on a page, they are a stark reality facing our wildlife. It's a call to action, a reminder that the time to act is now. We must recognize that each one of us plays a role in this story, and it's our responsibility to turn the tide. Let's stand together in this fight for the sake of our wildlife, our planet, and our future. Because it's not just about saving them, it's about preserving the beauty and diversity of our home, our planet. Climate change is not a natural disaster, it's a man-made crisis. Indeed, our activities as a species play a significant role in this global issue. To start, let's talk about deforestation. Forests are the lungs of our planet, absorbing carbon dioxide and producing oxygen. Yet, we continue to cut them down at an alarming rate, reducing the Earth's capacity to cope with the excess carbon we produce. Next, consider pollution. From the plastic we discard to the harmful chemicals released into our air and water, we're poisoning the very life support systems we rely on. And let's not forget about our reliance on fossil fuels. These ancient sources of energy, when burned, release vast amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, driving up global temperatures. But let's be clear, we're not pointing fingers here. Each one of us in some way contributes to climate change. It's a collective problem, requiring collective solutions. We are not just observers in this crisis, we are participants. There's no superhero coming to save the day. It's up to us to make a difference. Imagine a world where we all take action for wildlife. We can mitigate the effects of climate change on our planet's most vulnerable inhabitants. And it begins with understanding the strategies at our disposal. Firstly, conservation efforts are crucial. By establishing and protecting wildlife reserves, we safeguard habitats from destruction. These reserves also serve as sanctuaries for endangered species, giving them a fighting chance to recover and thrive. Secondly, reducing carbon emissions is a must. Our everyday choices, from the vehicles we drive to the energy we use, have an impact. Opting for cleaner, renewable energy sources, or driving less and walking more, can significantly lower our carbon footprint. Thirdly, promoting sustainable practices is key. By consuming responsibly, recycling, composting, and reducing waste, we can lessen the strain on our natural resources. Remember, every small action adds up to a significant difference. We can also participate directly in climate, nature, and wildlife restoration. Planting trees, cleaning beaches, or joining a local conservation group are all ways to get involved. These actions not only help wildlife but also foster a deeper connection with nature. As individuals, we have the capacity to affect change. Together, we can amplify this change on a global scale. We have the power to change the course of this crisis. So let's clean up our home, our planet, and save the beauties of Earth together. Let's be patron of wildlife.